Hey guys, Mars Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so we just got an update both on the JP Twitter and in-game in the news on Global. I don't know about JP because obviously I only have Global up here. But we have some information for stuff that is going to be going on in Part 2, which will be starting in the next couple of days. And the big main thing that we were all waiting to see was, of course, the reveal of the EZA for Part 3, or at least the main EZA, right? We might get some more. We know we're getting free-to-play, like Extreme Z area stuff. But yes, the unit that I think people were all wanting or expecting to get an EZA, and that is the INT TUR transforming Goku Black. So this has just been posted on the JP version. We do have translations for it out. I literally haven't read these, so this is going to be my first time reading them here. Let's change the view here so we can fit this on the screen. There we go. So this is shout out to the Dokkan wiki for the translations. So let's go ahead and check this guy out. So his leader skill, as expected, becomes a full 170 for time travelers, and then he has extreme in 120 as a sub lead. I mean, I don't think a lot of people are running these units as leaders anymore, but decent leader skill can obviously be good for battlefield, something like that, right? So that's fair enough. Then his super attack, so he's still greatly raising defense, which is obviously one of his key aspects. He does immense damage to the enemy and lowers attack. So obviously we know that can be useful in some events. Obviously the Vegito Blue, early on in some red zone stages you can lower attack, like in the first phase and stuff, right? So pretty decent. So then his passive, Ki +2, attack and defense 80%. So obviously remember, his biggest issue before his EZA was the fact that he didn't have any defense start of turn. So even as a stacking unit, it was obviously very difficult for him to build up because he didn't have any start of turn defense. So he's now got attack and defense 80% as well as 2 Ki. He gets an additional 40% attack up to 120 and defense 30% up to 60 at the start of each turn. So that's pretty good. Chance of performing a crit 10% with each attack received up to 40, which I believe was 5% each attack up to 40 pre-EZA. So that's a lot better. Get that built up quicker. Launches 2 additional attacks, each of which has a high chance of becoming a super when there is a super class enemy. So immediately you can see the issue with this guy is much like a lot of the extreme units we've been getting recently. His whole thing is just going to rely on fighting super class enemies, which we just don't get that often, right? Now imagine against Vegito Blue, like he's not going to be super good in slot 1, but against a super class enemy, if you're getting the best possible RNG, he can super attack 4 times in 1 turn. So, I mean, that does seem pretty decent, right? So, I mean, you know, if you get that God RNG turn where he's getting the 4 supers in 1 turn, that would be really good. Unfortunately, most of the other events that are difficult at the moment are not against super class enemies, which means he's not going to be getting all of those additional supers. So yeah, I don't know about that. And then we'll check his transformation. Now, the only thing they don't show on those images when they show the EZAs, they don't show the transformation condition, because his transformation condition can change because he is a non-active skill transformation, right? So his transformation currently is when HP is 80% or above starting from the 6th turn. I would definitely expect that to change. But anyway, so transformed, once he transforms into Rose, he still greatly raises defense, which is the same, does immense damage and lowers attack and defense. 250% attack and 150%, that's a lot of attack. 250% attack, 150% defense, chance to crit 50%. So before he had 150 attack and no defense, he still had the 50% chance to crit. Now he gets an additional 10% attack with each attack performed. Extreme class allies Ki 3 and 30% attack, so he gets that as well. Launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super. Launches another additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super when there's a super class enemy. So once he transforms into Rose, he is getting an extra chance to super, which is okay. But obviously we got to see what his new transformation condition is. I mean, you guys know me, right? I've made a habit. I'm kind of known for it, I guess. Some people will call it coping because, I don't know, people just like to be like that. But I always try and be positive. I try and be glass half full when it comes to this kind of stuff. But this guy is just not great in the events that you are most likely going to be playing, right? Like against a super class enemy, if you get the good RNG, then he could be good. Because if you're getting like 3 or 4 supers for those first couple of turns, his defense is going to stack up pretty nicely. But the problem is, even against something like Vegito Blue, you imagine on the first turn, even if he gets like 3 supers and he's doing a little bit of attack lowering with each super attack, he then eats a super. His only defensive tech is his defense stacking. So he's only raw stats, which is just not good. So I definitely agree. Like, yeah, some people are saying in the chat, like a unit who could be good is just not good enough, right? Very, very unfortunate considering how everyone was like super impressed with the AGL Zamasu EZA. I have to say, I think this is definitely quite disappointing. Now, obviously we have to see him in game. We talked about this a lot recently. I've talked about it in some of the videos that I've got going up today. We talked about it on the last episode of the podcast. In these new harder events where the enemies are super hard straight away, you kind of have to counteract that if you have units that need to build up by using items. So like this guy in some of the new red zone stages, pop a Whis, protect him on the first turn. But then the problem is all the enemies are extreme. So unless you're getting super lucky and getting the active, the hidden potential additional every single turn, he's still going to be stacking incredibly slowly. So I do think this is very disappointing. He is another unit that has just become a victim of there needs to be new superclass enemy content. Otherwise, like, you know, are you even going to use him on the team? Which is a little bit unfortunate. So yeah, someone said at least it's a free 34 stones, right? From a new 30 stone EZA stage. So a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. So let me switch back over to the stream view here and we can check out the in-game stuff, right? So we got a lot of news in-game for the celebration. So we're getting a new stage for the support memory boost stage. It doesn't say which support memory is getting a buff. Nope. So that'll be interesting to see which support memory is going to be getting a buff here. But yeah, new stage for that. Then we've got a new stage of this Extreme Z area. So this is obviously the EZA for this STR Trunks, which is what we were expecting. Do they show? They don't show his details, do they? Nope. So this should be coming out, I think it'll be late Thursday night, early Friday morning UK time when all this Part 2 stuff should come out. So, because they normally announce it 48 hours before, right? And it's Wednesday morning in the UK. So new stage of this Extreme Z area to add the EZA for the INT Trunks. Obviously, we just kind of knew that these 2 free-to-play units were going to get EZAs, right? So that's nothing to not be expected. Then we have a new stage for the story event. Oh yeah, of course. This is so we can end up getting the support memory. Lamentation of the Absolute God. It's a shame they don't show you in these what they actually do, though. But the Crying Zamasu active skill from the new stage of the Future Trunks saga. Then we have a new stage being added to the INT free-to-play Trunks event. So this will add a new stage, that gives EX skill orbs that will only be used by him. Doesn't say what they are, but I'd quite like it when they do that, actually, for like free-to-play units, depending how good these are. Because if they're things like, you think about the anniversary special orbs they did. Like, imagine if the bronze orb is like a level 8 defense or something. That would be good. Because depending what his EZA is going to be like is really going to be the make or break for this guy. Because I did a pre-EZA showcase for him and he's really not that impressive outside of using his like domain for support. But now we have the future Gohan. So yeah, we'll have to see. This guy's EZA needs to be pretty good for him to be worth running. And then we have new stages for the Divine Wrath and Mortal Will. This is probably going to be Fusion Zamasu and... Oh no, it'll probably be Sword of Hope Trunks and then Infinite Zamasu, right? Because we got Fusion Zamasu and Vegito Blue last time. So that'll probably be those stages. And then we have the... what I'm assuming is going to be the final stage of the Dismal Future Red Zone. So stage 5, you can see from the art, right, that it's going to be Fusion Zamasu. So we already have the previous one is base Zamasu and then Goku Black and Rose. So I wonder if this one will start off as maybe like base Goku Black and Zamasu in stage 1 and then become Fusion Zamasu, or it could, imagine if it's like the first form cell where it's just Fusion Zamasu straight away. One thing that we talked about before that I think could be kind of interesting, although I don't know if it would be good. I don't know how people would think about it, but imagine if he was like a reverse of the Metal Cooler Core. So you fight Fusion Zamasu and you kill him and he's quite hard, and then the second phase is you just have to survive for 3 turns against Infinite Zamasu, and just like the Metal Cooler army, you can't kill him, but you just have to not die. That'd be kind of interesting as a final stage of an event. We've not seen something like that before. But yes, that will be the final stage of the Red Zone for Dismal Future. And that is it. So that is the part 3 stuff. No mention of a chain battle, which we got in part 3 in the last Worldwide Celebration. But yeah, you guys will have to let me know what you think down below in the comment section. The Goku Black EZA, honestly, on paper, seems like a bit of a fumble. Obviously, we need to see him in game. We need to see some calcs, but without super class enemy events, like, he's just not ever going to reach his full potential. So the Goku Black one seems very disappointing. We'll have to see his numbers in game. I don't want to say he's complete and utter garbage until we actually see him in use. But he definitely doesn't seem like the level. Imagine what people thought when we saw the details for AGL Zamasu and how good he was. Everyone straight away was like, oh, like, he's good. Like, that's what we wanted from this Goku Black. So it does feel a little bit disappointing. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. What are you looking forward to most out of these? I have to say, I'm intrigued to see the free-to-play EZAs, intrigued to see what the support memory boost is going to be. And then obviously, it'll be fun to check out these new stages, right, to see how they go. But definitely seems a little bit disappointing, but we'll see. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.